Alright, hey, Hayes Mega here, and welcome to another Sur Ron Light Bee video, alright? So, in this video, I'm going to be changing out my handlebars, alright? So, I'm going with a new handlebar setup. Why is the reason Hayes Mega wants to go with a new handlebar setup? Okay, and this is the handlebar in question right here. There it is. This is a Fasst Flexx handlebar, alright? So, Hayes Mega raced this in the Virginia City Grand Prix, and I've raced it a bunch of times in hare scrambles. So if you guys don't know what a hare scramble or a Grand Prix is, a Grand Prix is a 3-hour dirt race, alright? You're racing on like these really beat up trails and stuff, alright? And then a hare scramble is like a 1.5 hour, but Hayes Mega really only does like, I do the 1 hour ones, okay? And so if you're trying to, it's basically a dirt endurance race sort of, kind of, is what it is. And if you're trying to do that on this bike, it just beat the crap out of me. I bought this Manitou Dorado fork, alright, hoping that like, yeah, it's gonna keep my arms from getting beat up, alright. So that was the problem with the original fork. My arms were getting beat up, and my shoulders were my upper body was getting beat up, okay, because it wasn't absorbing enough of the terrain's bumps and stuff, alright. This Sur Ron is just horrible to ride on rough terrain, alright? It just beats you up so bad, alright? So I upgraded the suspension, and you know what? It helps, but only for so long, so I say, alright? And then sure enough, like by the end of Virginia City Grand Prix, I could like barely twist the throttle. I could barely grip the bars. That's how beat up I was. Like, yeah, Hayes Mega could work out some more, you know, or something, but I don't think that's the problem, man. If I was riding like an enduro bike with good suspension, I guarantee you I wouldn't be as beat up as I am after riding this thing, okay? So, fast forward to now, I bought these, alright? So, if you guys want to know an interesting story about the person I bought this off of and why they were selling it, alright? These are Fasst Flexx handlebars, alright? They're handlebars that have elastomers on them. Alright, so it's got a little shock absorption system on it that allows it to flex, alright? It flexes in both directions too. And you could tune the amount of flex you want by changing the elastomers, alright? They have different hardnesses and stuff. Alright, it's not cheap. It's like a $400 handlebar, alright? But I got it for half off. I bought it from a dude named Tom in Hollister, alright? And Tom had an interesting story about why he stopped riding. He had a Husky 350. I've ridden one of those. That's a great bike. And he was out riding, I think in Hollister somewhere, like, and it was like kind of like a rough section or something. And he's an elderly guy is what I'm gonna call it. Let's say, right? I think he was in his like 60s or something, 60s, 70s, and he had a stroke. All right, he had a stroke. And he told me all the horrible things that he had to go through to get, you know, to get back, to get out of the trails and everything, and, you know, get to the hospital type of thing, right? He said he was going in and out of consciousness. He couldn't like grip the bars all that much, and yeah, it was a bad day, is what I want to say. All right, so he decided to quit riding dirt bikes at least, you know. So he had a bunch of these Fasst Flexxbars installed on some of his bikes. And he was just selling them, alright? I think he was trying to sell it for like $300, and I think I got him down to $200, okay? And it also has the handguard mounts, but I'm not going to use them, alright? I'm using the Tusk ones, and we'll take a look at those. So yeah, it's a $400 handlebar, but I got it for $200, half off, pretty good. And they look like they're in great shape, alright? And yeah, so I wanted to try these out, so prevent my upper body from getting too beat up like on the rough stuff. So I'm trying to get these installed before in sprint enduro race in a couple weeks, so I can try this out, alright? Because this will be a great one. It's at Metcalf Motorcycle Park, and Metcalf Motorcycle Park is beat the fuck up. Okay, so to be able to use this, okay, oh yeah, also I want to tell you, Fasst also does make a mountain bike handlebar, alright? And I couldn't find it, and if I did have to find it, if I did find it, it would probably be brand new, and it would probably be wind up like $400 also. So they have a mountain bike version of this, alright, for a mountain bike, and I don't know if I could use it with the handguards, and it's really, it's like uber hard to find, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. They're really hard to find. So I decided to just go with the dirt bike handlebar. So this is a 1 1/8 inch handlebar clamp. All right, it requires a 1 1/8 handlebar clamp. It's, you know, it's for a motorcycle. It's for a dirt bike. All right, it's for a fat bar. All right, that's what they call it, a fat bar. So that's when the center is thick and the outside is thin. All right, but I think this is actually thinner than a mountain bike handlebar. All right, but it's definitely not. It's definitely built. It's got more meat to it. All right, is what I want to say. It's built stronger than a mountain bike handlebar. So this will be good. It'll be able to handle the, you know, impacts and dropping the bike and stuff. All right, that's what I worry about the mountain bike one. All right, so since I have a direct mount stem now, direct mount handlebar mount, I worry about, like, yeah, are these kind of super duper lightweight mountain bike handlebars going to be able to handle a fall if I drop the bike? And sure enough, it did. I did drop it in a super moto race, but it was like into really soft stuff. All right. But anyway, yeah. So I decided to go with the dirt bike ones. All right, and that's what we're going to use. The only thing is, yeah, that's the problem with these. They're super heavy. All right, they're really heavy compared to the stock handlebar. I think I weighed them and they're about like 3 or 4 pounds or something. Right? I think a mountain bike handlebar is like 1 pound. But when I take both of them off, I'm gonna compare both. Okay, so we'll weigh them both just to give you guys an idea how much heavier these are. All right, how much stouter they are. All right. Yeah, and so they do have provisions to install handguards. So that's one reason I'd rather have this one over the mountain bike one. For the wraparound handguards, it goes here and it mounts to these holes right here. All right, and I bought an adapter already, so it would be, you can adapt it. It's like kind of goofy. I maybe it would be better just to buy ones that were made for this. I think they do have some. All right, and they've been selling this for quite a while. All right, and a lot of people say they like them, you know, but they're heavy. But I want to try it out for this enduro race to see how beat up my upper body will get, type of thing. All right, it's a lot of racing on really rough terrain, so we'll see. I love the Dorado fork. It's a definite improvement over the stock stuff on the Sur Ron, but it's still not good enough. All right, so this is, I'll add a little extra shock absorption, and hopefully it can allow me to ride harder, longer. All right. So let's go over all the components that I'm gonna need to install this bad boy, because you can't install dirt bike handlebars on a Sur Ron, a stock one, anyways. All right. So this is the Fasst Flex handlebar, $400, but I got it for $200, like I mentioned. And then I've got the Warp 9 direct handlebar mount. All right, it was $99. It's already installed on the bike. I have a video of it. All right. Also, another reason I decided to install these handlebars is I'm going to install a rear brake on this bike. I took my rear brake off a while ago because it's broken, and then I finally bought a new one. And I said, oh well, if I'm going to mess around with the handlebars, why don't we just install this? Okay. But anyway, to be able to use this, you need an adapter. All right. So this direct mount comes with an adapter shim. All right. It adapts the mountain bike handlebar to the dirt bike handlebar. It's just a little shims that you put in there. All right. Perfect. All right. Just what I want. And I could use these nicer dirt bike handlebars type of thing. All right, that was $99 from Warp 9. I made a video about it. I'll put a link at the end of the video about this guy, okay? Okay, and then the other thing I'm gonna need is the handlebar adapter that I got here, just the Tusk handlebar adapter. These are $40 from Rocky Mountain ATV MC. All right, and these allow you to mount the Tusk handguards onto these bad boys. All right, they were made specifically for that task. So like when it all comes together, hopefully Hazy won't have to scratch his head too much, all right, type of thing. All right, so one of the drawbacks to this is that there's not a whole lot of room for the controls, but the bars are like super wide. They're actually wider than the bars that are on my bike right now, all right. And it kind of has to be that way because there's not a whole lot of room for the controls. I may cut them down later, but we'll see. We'll see how much space I have for the controls. Also, I have to worry about the NXT display that's still on the bike. I'm probably gonna get rid of it, but there's this part here, all right, that links the two parts, the bars together. You can mount stuff to that, all right. How to mount it to there, I don't know, all right. Well, there's also a bar pad that comes with this. I don't know if we're going to use it, all right, because I'm going to need to mount stuff on here. So if I can mount stuff on here, that would be great. All right. I also have a ram ball mount that I need to put on here for the GPS. So I don't know. We'll see how that all works out. We'll have to figure it out when we get there. Okay, so yeah, that's the introduction part of the video. Let's go install this bad boy. All right, so this was 200. All right, this was 100, and then this was $40. So yeah, I'm already close to $400 already. So in this setup, hopefully this setup will help me ride longer and harder. All right. Okay, so let's take a quick look, closer look at all the goodies before we go start the install party. But there it is. All right, there's the Masterpiece Flexx handlebars. All right, there it goes, guys. So those are the aligning marks right here for when you install it. All right, right here and right here. That's where you want the clamps. Will they line up with the Warp 9 ones? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll figure out. But anyway, you probably want to center it here. You want to center the Flexx logo, okay? So I don't think it'll be too hard. All right, and then so here are the elastomers. All right. All right, so here's the elastomers. So there, and this is a bag full of elastomers. The guy gave me like a whole bunch. I think this is way more than I need. Type of thing. Oh, there's thicker ones too. They got thicker and thinner ones. So I guess you can adjust how the angle of the bar is up and everything. So there's a little manual here on how that tells you how to set it up and stuff. So it looks like there's a red elastomer. I think that's the stiffest, and I'm not sure. I think maybe the yellow one is the middle one, and maybe the black is in the least stiff. I don't know. Let me squeeze them. I think the yellow might be the softest. Oh, there's a blue one also. Yeah, there's no more blues. That's weird. There's a lot of reds, a lot of yellows, and a lot of blacks, but there's no blues. I don't know what's up with the blues, so we'll figure that out later. But I will run whatever he was running on there before. It looks fine. I will try to adjust it so it would be the same to this setup right here. I'm pretty happy with this setup right here. So I didn't want to change it, guys. I'll tell you the truth, all right? But I wanted to try this super duper high-tech handlebars out, all right? So you can see it's the bar comes in like 3 pieces, all right? There's this center piece, or I guess you can say 4 pieces, because there's these flat bars that are connect the center piece together right here, okay? And you can mount stuff on it. And then there's the left and the right handlebar, like where you actually put the controls and stuff, okay? And then the elastomers, all right? So you got there 2, one left, one right, the center part, and then these 2 crossbars on the top. All right, and then the elastomers right here. Okay, so there's a bolt that goes through here, and then the elastomers are mounted in between here. Okay, so you get Flexx going in both directions. All right. Yeah, so I did look on Amazon to see if they had any cheaper ones, and there were, and I've heard some like nightmare stories about them, so I decided, yeah, no, we're not going with that. Okay. Yeah. Also, there's these handlebar mounts. All right. So I guess it's supposed to extend the handlebar, the wraparound handlebars. All right, like here, it would extend it to like right here or something. Okay. So we'll figure out how to work that when we get there. Hopefully it'll be compatible. All right, that's what I'm worried about. But hopefully it'll be a no fuss installation. But yeah, so there's the bag of elastomers. All right, what other goodies do we have? I've got the direct mount. All right, this is the important part to mount the handlebar. I've already got it installed on the bike. All right, it's holding up my current handlebar, and I like it. It's pretty nice, and I have the riser on it, so it's at the highest setting. Okay. Cool. I do have the Warp 9 steering stem or the headset adjustment bolt kit. All right, so it does away with the star nut, and I use it to mount my fender too. So and then I have yeah, what's important in here that we need are the shims. Okay, so right here I got these handlebar shims, and these allow you to install 28.6 millimeter thick handlebars, all right, or 1 1/8 inches, all right. That's like very common dirt bike handlebar size. Not this size. This is a 7/8 right there. Okay, and then I have these Flexx handlebar handguard mounts from Tusk. All right, these look a lot beefier than the ones that the guy gave me. So yeah, much beefier. So gonna go with this. This looks more proper. So let's say this is made out of billet aluminum too. Very good stuff. Okay, so but this will be after we install the handlebars. All right, so here's the current handlebar setup I have right now. All right, it's seen a lot of battle, man. I changed this handlebar out. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember. I had a folding handlebars on this bike before, and I took them off. I did kind of like the folding handlebars, but you know what? I think I'd rather have like this. This is better for the dirt, is what I'm gonna say. So this is our Q2 handlebars. They're great. They're really lightweight. I like them. They got a little bit of a rise to it. I think it's like a 2-inch or 1-inch rise. And they've served me well. I haven't broken them, but because I've been using the stock stem, the one that rotates. Okay, when you crash. All right, I've got we'll be reusing all of this stuff. All right, all this stuff is going to go back on. I've got the Tusk D-Flex handguard mounts with the mirror, the Power Mad handguard mirrors. All right, I've got this turn signal dealie here. I've got a regen throttle here. I will be installing a new rear brake, so we'll be getting rid of this little spacer I have here. This spacer is to prevent this from going into this. I found that out the hard way. Okay, I lost the race because of it. And I've got a ram ball mount here. Well, hopefully we can figure out where we can install that. And I've got the NXT display. We'll have to figure out how we're going to install that too, because all this stuff just installs on the bar. And you've got these crossbars in the way here, okay? And I'm pretty sure you've got to have them. Yeah, I think you got to have them on there. I'm not sure how. I should probably look at the manual. All right, and then I've got the front brake and the throttle, the twist throttle here, okay? And then I'm using spider grips. Okay, that's the current handlebar setup I'm having. All the stuff that's on the handlebars is going to be put on there, hopefully. Okay.